Hello, and welcome to week number 9 of Side Piece Poker. My name is Matt Rosga, and I thank you as always for watching my content. We got a nice sunset going on behind me, and we've got some nice poker hands to talk about. There's 2 big hands this week, both that were at Hollywood Park Casino, that we've got to talk about this week. One very positive, and one sadly very negative. But we learned a lot this week, and we played some good poker. So let's dive into this week's poker recap. This week's poker was played at Hollywood Park Casino in the 3-5 no limit hold'em game. Like always, I bought in for $300, which is the maximum amount for the game, and I played for around 2.5 hours on Sunday, and around an hour and a half on Saturday. On Sunday, the luck was not my favorite. I have a hand which we'll cover later, but I ultimately lost $300. On Saturday, I bounced back and made most of it back, profiting $216. On On Sunday, there was little to no wait, and the traffic was like normal, so an extra hour, I'd say. And on Saturday, it was raining, so I had to wait a long time. So I had to wait for like an hour, but it took me no more than 30 minutes to get there and drive home, so I had an hour and a half there. Overall, we lost, what is that, $84 this week? But after you hear about Sunday, you'll see that as a win. So let's dive into the poker valuation. Get ready for the biggest bad beat that I have suffered on this channel so far. So I am in the under the gun position, and I look down. Actually, we'll back that up a little bit. It's been a little over 2 hours. I've been up and down. It's like not the best cards, not the worst cards. I'm hovering around $75 down, so I'm at like 225. The guy to my left has been just a raise machine for the past hour, just going crazy. Every hand, raising it up to like 20, 30 bucks, at least most hands. So I'm under the gun. I look down at ace of diamonds, ace of spades. Like, beautiful. My luck's turned around. This boring session is suddenly, potentially, become very profitable. So I look down and I have a decision. Do I show some aggression? I've been playing tight, my usual self. I feel like people would respect the raise, but maybe I don't want that right now. Maybe I want this guy to bump it up a little bit, and then I can re-raise afterwards. I mean, obviously limping aces is it's a risk. Might get made fun of for that one, but I think it was the right move. So I limp for 5, and what do you know? He bumps it up to 30. Perfect. Thank you for doing your job. So it gets 3 callers before it gets to me. So we're building a nice pot already, and I rip it all in for 225, or I guess 220 at that point. Immediately, actually not immediately, after thinking about it for a little bit, the original raiser goes all in himself for around $500. So we get fold, and it gets to the gentleman sitting next to me, and he goes all in for about a stack similar to the size of mine, around like $200. So we're sitting there, we're ahead. We know we're ahead. The man to my left, the raiser and then $500 all-in guy, I'd been talking to throughout the night. He goes, "You got a pair?" And I nod yes. And the guy to my right says, "Yeah, but I need some help." So what do you think? Kings, queens? Maybe we're feeling great right now. Now I need to live this flop with me. We got the ace of clubs in the window. Then we have king of clubs and the 9 of hearts. We're feeling great. And at that point, like, I'm holding my cards. I toss them on the table. The guy to my right goes, "Oh, I knew you had aces." And then we see a 10 of spades come on the turn, and a jack of hearts. Jack of diamonds come on the river. And what do they both turn over? Pocket queens. They both walked into that straight. So, just like, yeah, what the fuck? That doesn't happen. Top set of aces and we lose? Like, come on. So left the casino with a bad taste in my mouth that night. Thought about that a lot during the week. Like, overall, I think I played well. Like, I don't regret my action. I got all the money in ahead. Like, 9 times out of 10, I'm walking home with $500 there. So, like, we're going to not be results-oriented, and we're going to be very happy in the process orientation that I put myself in a very, very profitable spot, and hopefully will continue to do so. I'm not going to let bad beats like this discourage how I play, and I think it's a good decision. I can only learn from it and get better. So that was it's along with the theme last week of queens treating me poorly. I talked about the last episode that queens were just not winning for me, and here I get beat by... They both had pocket queens against my... Like, what's happening? Now we're going to move on, because we got good poker to talk about. So on Sunday's session, around legitimately 5 hands in, I get queens, I get queen of clubs, queen of spades. And I think to myself, is this going to be the one that turns the favor around? So I'm in the small blind position, and under the gun player bumps it up to 30. He'd been aggressive in the first couple hands that I saw, but again, only a couple hands in, can't really make too many judgments. I guess it was more than 5 hands. It was probably like 15 hands. It was within the first 5 orbits, which if you're unfamiliar, that means like the blinds going around the table. So I'm sitting there with like 275. Yeah, probably a couple hands in them, whatever. Small blind, get queens. Under the gun raises it up to 35. It gets 1 caller, I believe. So, no. He definitely raises it up to 25. And then I make it 70. And it gets, both of them call. The original raiser, the player in the under the gun position, has a stack that covers mine by about $100. So he's sitting around like 375, 400. And the other player who called is now at a short stack. I figure he's going all in no matter what on the next one for like 60, 70 bucks. So the flop comes, let's see what we got. We got a 5 of diamonds, 9 of diamonds, and the 10 of clubs. I check. I know one of them are going to rip it, and I'm going to call. Under the gun player goes all in. The next player calls. And I toss a chip in. Like, we're ahead. You got to call this. If they have aces, if they have kings, whatever. Like, I'm most likely ahead with queens. Or else, if it was kings or aces, I would have heard a re-raise when I raised it to 70. Like, I'm probably ahead. Maybe they got a suited ace. I think I said 5 of diamonds. I meant 5 of hearts for the first one. I'll correct that in the graphic right here. So this is the correct flop. Sorry if I said that wrong. So what do I think he has? Maybe he's drawn. Maybe he's got an ace and he caught part of this. And so he's just hoping to get some folds. Maybe he's got ace king and he's overplaying it a little bit. Maybe he's got a set. In that case, just like, damn, that sucks. But I don't know. I don't think so. Tossing the call. The turn comes a 2 of clubs, so the club draw gets a little closer, but it does not complete when the 4 of hearts comes on the river. He turns over ace 9 of hearts, meaning he had, middle pair on that flop and a backdoor heart draw. I turn over pocket queens, and I'm good. So I scoop there like a huge pot right off the bat. I'm up like almost 400 bucks pretty instantly in this session. The rest of the session was just not the best. There was one bluff that I was up, and I thought one of the players was maybe a little bit weak, and so I caught like middle pair and bluffed a little bit. He had a 2 pair. No, he didn't even have a 2 pair. He had like top pair on a flush board, and I think if my river sizing was better, then he would have folded and I would have taken it down, but it's a conversation for another day. This session is kind of not the best throughout the remaining hour. Like the queens was the real highlight. I had a king jack. I got a Broadway straight on the river, and I just didn't get paid off. But yeah, I pulled it down to 216, which annoying not to cover the $300 loss from earlier in the week. But we're never gonna walk out of a positive session unhappy. Anytime we're profitable, we're happy. So I was profitable, therefore I'm happy. I didn't say this in the intro, but I got a giveaway to announce. Let's move into that section. So February was a profitable month. That means we'll be doing another giveaway. Next video will be my February recap, as I plan to play one more time in February, which will be tomorrow, the 28th. So rather than recapping now and amending it later, we'll just push the recap off to then. But I do want to announce a giveaway. So similar to last time, it will be comment 3 times on this video, and subscribe, please. And you'll be entered into the giveaway. I am going to set it at $25 unless I get to 100 subscribers. So right now I'm at 44 subscribers, and thank you to each and every one of you who subscribe. But if that number surpasses 100 by next Sunday when I plan to make the video, I'll make the giveaway $50. Now, it's $25, which still, I think, good giveaway. We're positive, give back a little bit. But $50 would be the giveaway if I hit 100. So run up that subscriber count, and maybe one of you will be getting 50 bucks. So that's our giveaway. Let's take a look at our last segment. Since I played at Hollywood Park Casino this week, and we've been there a handful of times, there is no new casino to showcase this week. So instead, I'll be pointing you in the direction of some live streams that I really enjoy. So if you're unfamiliar with poker YouTube, definitely check out the Hustler Casino live stream. So Live at Hustler, I believe it's called, something like that. Hustler Casino Live, that's what it's called. Then there's also Live at the Bike, which is at the Bicycle Casino. Both those two are in Los Angeles, California. Then The Lodge also now has a nice live stream going on, and they're located in Texas. I believe it's in Austin. So what they do is high stakes cash games, and they stream them on YouTube. It's super entertaining, super interesting. If you're unfamiliar with that side of the poker world, definitely check it out. If you're only familiar with like the ESPN classic, Daniel Negreanu, Phil Hellmuth, like any of that, the typical poker stuff, or Phil Ivey, this is a cool, different side of it. It's high stakes cash. It's very different. I had never seen anything like it before, and like it's part of the reason why I dove into poker as much as I have. So definitely check it out. I think you'd find it interesting, and yeah, go give it a look. So that's today's episode. We got a very nice sunset going on behind me. I hope that means good omen for tomorrow's poker session. That'll be the end of February. That's 2 months in. That's exciting. And we're profitable. We're doing very good so far. So hopefully we get to end February on a bang and make some more money. So come back next Sunday for week 10, which will be my February recap. And don't forget, 3 comments on this video, subscribe, a $25 giveaway next week. Run that subscriber count up to 100, and that $25 giveaway becomes $50 whole. So good luck, and thank you in advance to anyone that enters. And come back next week for week 10 of Side Piece Poker.